All right. What's up? Mold and Morbin time. I know we got to get it going. How are you guys doing? There's two decks I want to play today. I found I think this is actually interesting. So one of the things that was kind of bothering me a little bit yesterday was Darkhawk builds running Maximus. So I want to try this here, right? No Maximus. And then I also want to revisit this right here, just because it has Baron Mordo. Actually, this is the deck I want to play the most. So I'm going to just start for a little bit playing this Wongi Mold. Mold, yeah. I wish that made a noise, right? Wouldn't that be cool if that made a noise? How are you guys all doing today? I'm still a little bit sick. Wonky Mold. It's funny to me, right? All right, I don't really have a turn 3 drop, so we're going to play Lizard. This should be good for Ronin. Patriot? Yeah, I think Patriot is a known archetype. You're talking about trying to climb with Shuri since Monday? Well, what Shuri deck are you using? Are you on the one with Cosmo and armor? Ongoing effects doubled. Woo boy. What are we going to do turn 4? I had a friend got that once. Yeah, I don't know. Carnage. Oh, Carnage in Clonivax is typically amazing. I mean, we probably should snap here because, well, I mean, he's got Shuri. I mean, I think I could pull this off with Arrow, right? Yeah, right. He's wanting to blow this up, but he's gonna blow it up with Destroyer, right? Let's see, he plays Destroy. I can control where he plays this Destroyer. We can control that right here, right? 15 plus 10 is 25, right? Let's make sure his Destroyer goes here then, right? Or Galactus. Oh, it could be Galactus. I didn't think about that. If it's Galactus, then I wanted to go right here, right? In the middle. All right, so we lose to like. No, because then if he's playing Galactus, he's gonna play Galactus here, and it's gonna get sucked over, right? Yeah. Yeah. I like it. Oh, what did I get with the variant? I got a Master Mold variant. It's actually pretty cool. I don't know if I'm going to use it. I don't know if I'll use it, but it's actually pretty nice. Doesn't this variant not do anything though? Don't master mold variants not do anything because then it takes on the shape of the card and then you don't get to use the morph. I got a morph variant. That's kind of a wasted variant though, right? Because as soon as you play the card, it converts into whatever it copies and then you don't get to see it. It's kind of probably the worst variant in the game actually. Yeah, this is kind of probably the worst variant of the game from that point of view. You just don't get to see it. I think that also happens, I think, I don't know if they changed it or not, but that was happening with Mysterio too, right? Chibi Arrow, I'd be pretty excited about that. Chibi Arrow, I would be excited. Yeah, that's a good one. They fit so they okay, so they fixed Mysterio, but I don't know if they have a plan for Morph. Wongers. Dan hit Hobgoblin. I feel like that's kind of polarizing. Oh, that's bad. I like some of the damn hips. I don't think they're amazing. Some people just think they're the best thing ever. All right, so this is going to be a big Darkhawk, right? This is going to disappear, though. Yeah, I wish that wasn't going away, because then I could turn 6. I guess this is okay, right? I still got a pretty big. And then I could Mystique on the other side. The 700 offer is good. Yeah, it's the best offer of the month, is my understanding. I don't know why I think he's gonna. I think I'm gonna get Shuried here. Or I'll just do it like that. All right. Yeah, the $700 off, the 700 gold offer is good. Yikes. Congratulations. Yeah, I bought it. Yeah, let's look at the offer. I don't like this one. I don't care about this one. This is cosmetics. If you like cosmetics, go for it. But I see no value in the progression that this offer has for the amount of gold. I don't see the value. This, on the other hand, is probably the best offer of the month for 700 gold. The notes are running down. So if I'm going to make a video, if If I'm recording, I record the footage, and then if I want to make a video, my my gameplay videos don't seem to do as well as my news videos, and the news videos are easier to make, a lot easier. I might just stick to the news videos. Oh, I got Morph. The worst variant you could get, because when you play it, it converts to the other card. So I got the worst variant in the game, which is a Morph variant, which are basically useless. You don't get to see them. They disappear as soon as you play them. It's kind of terror bad. Yeah, I mean, it's not a pixel morph, but if they change the way it works, it's nice. But right now, it's pretty bad. Nude videos? No. News videos. Oh, yeah, that would be funny. First card you play here is destroyed. I don't know what to do. I mean, if I draw into, like, Zabu or Master Mold, I guess. Yeah, I usually do more Q&A than anything else. All right, so we're going to go over there. I don't know if I can win that unless I get Darkhawk. Well, I don't know if that's enough to win. You never know, though. So Jessica Jones? Oh, so we actually win that. They could always have Doom, though. So this is kind of a good combo right here. Ronin, Mystique, and then Master Mold, right? Sarah. I'm gonna play this out just to see how it works. I don't know if I'm gonna win, but we're gonna try. Sarah usually means I lose. Yeah, I need to put. Okay, we're gonna make a news video. I'm gonna retreat. You know what? It just doesn't feel right. All right. We've got a. Why don't we start going over some of the news? First thing I want to talk about is what we just talked about, right? So they fixed, so this right here, right? We bought that. That's great. I think this is the best offer of the month. Yeah, series drop. We'll talk about the series drop. Yeah. So that's the best offer of the month so far. Right. And then right now we've got this right here, which, you know, if you like this stuff, it's fine. But as far as collection level progression, it's not doing anything. Our Master Mold simp yet? I've not really. I've got a couple builds. I think Master Mold is about as interesting as Nimrod is. I actually think that maybe Master Mold and Nimrod could see significantly better after the balance updates. I want to see what happens. I feel like there's a bunch of tier 3 and tier 2 decks that can step up to the plate. Where right now, everybody's just kind of in the shadows. Yeah, this is kind of a joke right here. Also, this is a joke. The variant that I pulled is a joke. Because like, it doesn't do anything. There's nothing I can do with this. Like, he doesn't show up on the screen. like he turns into the other card, so the variant is a waste. Probably the worst variant in the game. King's Cube Rates. Let's look at that. All right, before I look at King's Cube Rates, because this is something I think we should talk about in the video. I think King is overrated as fuck. After playing him, I don't think he helps you save that many cubes. And it's so, like, at best, he's a time waster. And the amount of cubes you save probably does not offset having a dead card in your hand, is my guess. That is my guess. That the amount of cubes that you save from, getting a free snap or whatever does not offset the downside to having a dead card in your hand, is what I'm trying to say. Yes, it's not, dude, it's not what I thought it was going to be, is what I'm trying to say. I could be wrong, but that's my anecdotal experience of King, playing King. Anybody else agree or disagree? It didn't feel like it was that, like, what if it was a card that helped you win the game? What if you had a arrow in your hand or something instead of that king? Like, you're actually missing a card from your deck when you do that. Yeah, it's just from my experience, he really didn't do what I thought he was going to do. I thought he was going to be this cube management tool, and that he was going to be like, help you it just didn't feel that way. I don't think he's terrible. It's just, this idea that you put him in every deck and all that stuff just wasn't true. All right. This is not that bad, I guess. All right. Actually, this suggests he's okay. It looks like he's better than Master Mold. Maybe people are figuring out how to play him. I don't know. Yeah, I feel like he... What about this? I'm more satisfied with Daredevil than I am with King. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong on this. The data is not super bad. I've not filled out the survey. I have to go on my phone. The survey doesn't work on Steam. I have to do it on my phone. All right, Shuri and Thanos are being adjusted, right? All right, let's see the series drop. Oh, Patriot's great. I don't like looking at data. Numbers are evil. What do we got? Series drop, Marvel Snap. Where's the... I don't understand why it doesn't have just the official site. Is the site that bad that it doesn't SEO? Like it's so, or CEO? SEO? I understand that it's on their Discord. Why is it on their website? Yeah. Receive 1,000 credits when you sign up to receive the Snap Loose newsletter. All right, well, I guess that's a newsworthy thing, I guess. I did not know that. Have I checked their OnlyFans? Yeah. All right. So I guess we can talk about Sauron. We'll talk about Sauron. Like, this is going to be the biggest question. Like, I feel like a lot of people already have Zabu because they use a season pass card. But the people are going to say, should I buy Sauron for 3,000 collector tokens? And my answer is still no. Wow, look at this. Is this deck dead? Holy shit. Is Shuri dead right now? Someone in chat said that Shuri wasn't working for him. Is Shuri Zero dead? The meta changes. All right, so the build there is with the build I was using. right, so instead of Titania, it runs Polaris. Oh, there you go. Just run Polaris instead of Typhoid Mary, right? I can't believe that Polaris makes that much of a difference over Typhoid Mary. That's a KM best thing too, right? Yeah, but Shuri doesn't always care about Leech, right? This deck actually does fine against Leech. If you get leeched after you played your Shuri, usually it's okay. You know what I mean? You still have that. You still have a lot of. It's not like the end of the world if you get leeched with this deck. Advanced decks. Let's talk about Shuri. Do we get anything for doing the survey? I don't think so. The survey's on my phone, so I don't have access to it when I'm streaming. Wow, what do you think of this? Do you really think Sauron is worth the tokens if the deck rate in a vacuum with no counterplay, no Shang-Chi, the Sauron build is better. But that's just not true. And there is a card called Shang-Chi, and you're going to have similar results with this deck build here without spending the collector tokens. Yeah, well, this deck right here mitigates Shang-Chi a lot right here. Armor and Cosmo. Cosmo is also super helpful against Lockjaw Thanos. Super helpful. Yeah, I found that the Sauron deck wins more without Shuri. It actually wins more without Shuri. And Arnim Zola is actually a kind of a nifty trick. Captain Marvel? Yeah, there's a million versions of this deck right here. With Polaris sometimes being Captain Marvel, Polaris sometimes being Titania. It's kind of up to you on this build right here. Yeah, I could see Polaris, or if you want to replace Titania. I like Titania. I think she's great. Especially on turn 6. Shuri deck. Yeah, all decks can struggle with Thanos. I think the Shuri deck has the best chance out of Thanos out of most decks. Like what? There's not much you can do when a Thanos deck pops off. When Lockjaw just pops off, there's not much you can do. They start drawing cards. Space Stone pops up. Lockjaw moves over. They start drawing cards, placing big cards. I mean, it's almost unstoppable. All right, let's look at their Discord. Yeah, dude, Thanos tech, there's nothing you can do if it pops off. Like, if you're a Thanos player and you know that you can get 3 free cards out of Lockjaw, you should be snapping, right? Even not without knowing what you're going to get. You just snap and let it pop off. It's... Nerf compensation. They don't believe in it. All right, so this is an interesting comment, actually. Like, a lot of people are worried about the Shuri Thanos nerfs, and I think his answer. How do I get all of this? Yeah. I think it's an interesting answer. Like, I actually don't hate the answer. I saw that, but it's always like a day behind the consolidation. I actually just like doing it myself at this point. Yeah, they do it, but it's like a couple days later. So I believe that this is happening next week. I believe that this is happening next week. I'll add that the goal of the balance team is find a healthy place for cards to land, to thrive, whether it's big, bad, or not. We want you to be happy with the deck. If we change that too dramatically impacts the cube win play rates of a card, we'll consider a buff once that proves out. So they will... In soft launch, they over nerfed cards and then they bottom back up. I know that nobody's going to believe me. With the exception of Leader, I feel like they have made, let's not even call them nerfs, balance adjustments to cards to move them around so that they're still playable in some way. But the exception to this is what they did to Leader. They deleted that card. They said get fucked, Leader. But my experience with Second Dinner is that they've been fair with the other cards that they've adjusted. So, I mean, what do you guys think about that? Because I've been playing since soft launch, like, I've been playing since May. It's probably almost coming up on a year, 10 months. And it feels like the balance adjustments largely have been fair. Like, reasonable is what I mean. The only one that seems like, wow, they deleted that card from the game is Leader. So, and maybe that's okay. I think the game is better without Leader, or at least that version of Leader. Cards should have a 1-month ban, not nerfs. It's an interesting idea, actually. I wish they would just buff more cards. They don't know what the we don't know what the Shuri change is. We don't know if the change is to Shuri or it was worded very specifically. Hold on, I'm gonna pull that up because it was worded very specifically. It didn't say it was gonna be directly to. It didn't say that it was gonna be to Shuri specifically. It was to the Shuri deck and to the Thanos deck. They were not saying that it was. They weren't even saying that it was going to be a Shuri nerf or a Thanos nerf. They were saying that it was a Shuri or a Thanos deck adjustment. That those two decks were overperforming and they were going to make an adjustment to the deck lists, cards, or something. They're going to do something to those decks. You know what I mean? I mean, the adjustment could be to Red Skull. We just actually don't know. Yeah. Yeah, okay, so I did sign the NDA. I have no problems with NDAs, and the Marvel Snap NDA was a very straightforward NDA. Like a boilerplate NDA. But what I have found, and I'm not, well, I guess I'll call out Marvel Future Revolution, is in addition to an NDA, they tacked on other things like use of likeness permissions and the ability to go into any of your videos and copy them and edit them and then repurpose them in advertisements or and then use your likeness through a third-party agency to promote their game anywhere, and you get paid nothing. You can't revoke that. They can transfer the right to anyone, so on and so on. Those type of clauses, when they're tacked on to NDAs, are highly offensive to me. If you want me to sign an NDA, I'll sign an NDA, but I shouldn't have to sign away my likeness and the rights to use me as your unpaid spokesperson forever with no say on how they're going to use that information or anything, with no compensation. So I'm not going to sign those type of NDAs. I'm not going to sign those kind of NDAs. It's garbage. If it's just a boilerplate NDA that just says, "Hey, we're gonna give you information. You're a big boy and keep your mouth shut." I'm all about that. Like, I don't have a problem signing anything like that. All right. Actually, I don't like the way I cut. Oh, it doesn't matter. Sometimes there are, typically the main purpose of an NDA is for embargoed information. So typically, instead of just giving us information or access to test servers or playtest servers, they want you to keep that information private until the embargo date. And so let's say, I'll give you an example for Marvel Snap. Let's say they invite me to their test server and there's Kitty Pryde on the test server and I can play Kitty Pryde, and they don't want me to release that information until they say when I can release that. And so that's the purpose of the NDA. Yeah, they don't want me to release the information early. They want everybody to release the information typically at the same time. Or, let me give you another example. What if there's a character in a game that took a year to acquire and they wanted your feedback on how to fix it, but they weren't necessarily going to listen to your feedback, or maybe listen to your feedback, but they wanted some feedback on how to fix that character, but they don't want you to talk about it until they make the final decision? That's a good reason for an NDA. Yeah. Yeah. And they didn't tell me shit. They basically, in that process, I genuinely thought they weren't going to fix Apocalypse till Friday, and they fixed him on the day of the patch. Like that, I had no idea that was happening. None. Zero. I knew they were going to make changes, and largely the changes were the ones that they made. There were some different things that they had in mind. They had a bunch of ideas. Yeah. So that's the purpose of NDAs. It's a good thing. There's nothing weird about NDAs, guys. It's just like they just like to control the information, especially on stuff that they don't know what they're going to do. Like they want to be able to have an open conversation about things and get feedback without it being shared with the public until a certain time. What's up, babe? Ooh. Okay. Woof. No, so second dinner, I signed a second dinner NDA, which was fine. It was a perfectly acceptable NDA. It was literally a boilerplate NDA. It was nothing. They haven't given me any information, but when they give me, but they want you to sign the NDA before they give you information. I don't have any information from them. Yeah. Yeah, so I did not sign an NDA with Marvel Strike Force. I did not sign any. Oh, I have an old NDA with Marvel Strike Force, but there was a newer one that had all these contingencies on it, and I didn't sign it. I believe in NDAs. I don't think they're weird. Sometimes they want feedback from test groups, or they have marketing things that they want to release, and they want It's typically because of embargo dates. And I don't know what the Snap program is going to be like, but I was invited. Everybody was invited. It seems like I went on Twitter and it looks like a lot of people are invited. So it's going to be a big, thriving community. Looks like if you have 1,000 subscribers or followers or something like that, you probably could get into the program from what I could see. Yeah, so I signed my sec before. That's why I was late for the stream. I was struggling with signing the NDA because it wasn't a DocuSign NDA. It was one that I had to convert to a PDF and then fill it out. So that's what I was doing before the stream, was filling out the bit, trying to figure out how to send back the NDA. All right, let's keep going. This is kind of standard stuff nowadays. Yeah, pull 3 complete is kind of boring. You don't really get cards very often. All right, what is this? Let's read this together. I don't know what this is. Seth, I think that they should. I think it's the perfect way to do it. Actually, Seth, I'm glad you're there. They don't make rules. They just say you have 1,000 followers and you're making content. Because at a minimum, you're a hyper engaged. Like, your feedback matters. Like, the feedback from somebody that plays the game a lot actually matters. It's not just how big you are and exposure. They want feedback also. Does that make sense? They want feedback from highly engaged content creators / players. So like they need to have, they want to have as much exposure to their highest engaged audience, and they're going to be able to do that with this program. Yeah. I don't know how they're, yeah. Yeah. It's been established and probably assumed that the developers play the game quite a bit. I believe Steven tweets that it's infinite, maybe not every time. I'm curious how you guys feel about the meta when you're playing. Obviously, the community is very loud recently about just like the state of the ladder for the last 6 weeks. But we at least never really see developers' comments and experience climbing. I recognize the problem needs some diplomacy when you're potentially complaining about your own game, but I'm curious, who hates the current meta? What is their way of oh, I can do it like that. Oh, this is great. All right. Who hates the meta? How do you keep your own frustrated to the balance discussion? Do you include them in the discussions? Do you ever have an interaction you didn't count for and think, oh no, how do we change this without upsetting half the player base? My group of friends complain about cards are dominating all them time. Do you guys have some kind of conversation in the office? Do you validate your annoyances with data before bringing them into a balanced meeting? This is an interesting question. I can speak for myself at least. I barely hit gold every season. I don't hate the ladder because I'm not a competitive player here. I'm not trying to hit infinite. Okay, so I feel like this is a good point of view, right? One thing I do hear quite a bit through internally when we talk about things like this is a player, I have feelings. As a player, I have feelings. As a dev, I have feelings. We try to separate those experience and emotions. We see the full picture, so I try to separate both sides while being aware of both sides, especially as a UX designer. Can't speak too much about the ballot conversations as I don't take part on most of these most of the time, but our team does discuss this stuff weekly, maybe even daily. We do just as Daniela described in a balanced conversations too. We have players with a range of climbing interests. Part of being an effective designer and communicator in games is able to isolate elements, experiences, and examine them from multiple perspectives. Or complaints, or I hate XYZ, aren't the kind of feedback that one typically gives or receives, because we learn how to give more useful context. As a balanced designer, I might tell the team, over the weekend I found playing against Thanos frustrating because of the way Space Stone and Reality Stone made location variants feel one-sided. I think I played the game less than usual, illusion, and the hot location felt less meaningful to build around. Okay. Yeah, CCs get a lot of feedback from players, and I know that Steven watches me a lot. I change my opinion a lot based on what people tell me. Like I can be swayed on my opinions on things pretty easily. Actually, I try to be as flexible as possible when listening to people's opinions on different things, specifically in Marvel Strike Force. Here's how many times the Dells yell "fuck you, Leech." Yeah. Yeah, I think I hate Leech doesn't help. I think the context of I think what he's trying to say is that you know, like what he said here. Over the weekend, I found playing against Thanos frustrating because of the way Space Stone, Reality Stone made the location variants feel one-sided. My team always replies with "get good." Yeah, I'm not. See, my curiosity with Leech has to do with the fact that Leech has been around a long time, and there wasn't that many complaints about Leech back in the day. So what changed, right? What changed? Well, Thanos changed things. Are cards ever changed because of popular demand? Even the cards balanced according to the data. See, I know you read tons of player feedback on cards, but the feedback will become the primary reason change. It's not a very realistic scenario that a card in all of the decks would be balanced, but the player base would like the player base have frustration with it. But in such a hypothetical scenario, we would certainly be monitoring the card. But generally, the answer is no. The primary role of the player feed is balancing, is adding context to the data we're seeing. I actually like this answer. Is this a good answer or what? The data tells us what's going wrong. The players tell us how they're feeling about it. We examine both to find solutions. That's a very developer response. So this is my experience with developers, is that they're not really interested in anecdotal evidence. They want the evidence, and then they try to find context to what the data is actually like. We have these data points. Firstly, do we have data points? Do those data points mean XYZ because of what we heard? Does that make sense? They're very much data driven. I actually think they only care about data. From the developers I talked, from the developers I've talked to, they only care about data. And then from there, it's about finding a context to the data. They have data that suggests this. All right, help me find the context of why that is happening. What is the reason for that? And so, like, maybe they have data that says people get, like, we have data points that show that Leech, people that play Leech, they lose to Leech and they turn the game off and they don't come back for 32.6 hours. And engagement goes down based on the specifically when Leech is played. Okay, we don't like that. We don't like negative engagement. It looks like the data suggests that after you get leeched, you quit the game and don't open the app for several hours. And the leech card is causing decreased engagement. The community says this also. They are saying, fuck Leech. I hate Leech. It's garbage. I hate when I get leeched all the time. I mean, that's how they work, right? I'm just giving a random example. Yeah, I don't know why. See, the problem that I have when talking about Leech is that Leech has been in the game for a long time, and I think that we saw the Leech leader problem, right? But then it went away. But the Leech was around before all of that. I know that the hatred is directed at Leech, but is Leech really the problem? Or is it something else? Yeah, Lockjaw's been in the game for a long time too. I kind of feel like it's a combination of problems that could be Quinjet, Lockjaw, Leech, some of the stones. So I think it could be a four-pronged problem, and I just hope that they think they act carefully to not over whatever they're gonna do. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna whatever they're gonna do. We're gonna have to deal with it, I guess. How does it stay in the state of 1 and 2 cards? The amount of players that now have access to Thanos Embouchure, I think that is the answer right there. So this is something nobody wants to talk about. And I know nobody's going to agree with me on this. But is it healthy that Sunspot is played in 40-something% of all decks? Is that healthy? Everybody loves Sunspot. Is that a good thing? Nobody hates, first of all, nobody hates Sunspot. I mean, how come nobody plays Hawkeye? 46%. Or maybe all of these cards right here. Not just Sunspot and Arrow and Shang-Chi, but should any card be played in 40% of the decks? I guess that's a question that I don't have to answer, but Sunspot is actually a pretty impactful card, I feel. I real talk, I love Sunspot. I think Sunspot's great. But I feel like when I'm deck building, the correct answer is to put in Sunspot as opposed to any other one drop. What other one drop are you going to play other than Iceman? I mean, there's, like Korg in certain decks, and Sunspot's a great card, but like, I think it comes down to this. When you're playing a discard deck and where the version with Sunspot is just better than the version with Blade, maybe that's not right, is what I'm trying to say. Yeah. Maybe that's not right. If you play on curve, his Sunspot is garbage. I agree. I don't feel like anybody's gonna agree with me on this. I just feel like when I'm deck building, like when it comes to one drops, just one drops. We're not talking about any other cards. One drops. Maybe it's not so bad. But it feels like on most decks, you just slot in Sunspot or Iceman. You just like, that's it. There's really no reason to consider other cards. I just wish there were... It's not that I think they should nerf Sunspot, but I wish some of the other cards were more attractive so that Sunspot wasn't like the go-to all the time. I don't think I have a way of verbalizing this because people... I mean, there's nothing wrong with Sunspot. Sunspot's great. I'm trying to figure out what I'm trying to say. Yeah, it just feels like there's no, because of the impact of Sunspot and Iceman. You know, it's just like, why play these other cards? I don't know. It just is kind of boring, I guess. And that's why I was personally excited about Kitty Pryde. It's like, holy shit, we get something to play other than Sunspot? I don't know if you guys noticed, I was pretty excited about Kitty Pryde coming to the game. Yeah, and I don't think anybody should buy. I don't think anybody should buy Series 5 until you're like Big Bad Complete. Yeah. It's hard to get excited about a 6,000 collector token card, right? Oof, this is interesting. Is it possible to do MCU variants in the game? Sometimes. Actor likenesses are complicated. We will do variants that match costumes when we can. I bet you they had to get like sign off on Sam Jackson for that version of Nick Fury, by the way. I bet you he got paid for that. I think it's obvious that the variants are more based on the comics than the MCU for that reason, right? Unless, and I wonder how that works where there is a character in the MCU and then the actor is cast because they look like the comic, and so when they create a doll or a card, are they comicking the comic, or are they copying the actor's license, the likeness? I'm not a lawyer. That seems complicated. Yeah. I understand you getting it, but with a lot of things, there's very specific type of build. Sunspot is X Factor. You hit big cards the first 3 turns. Suncaps keeps you alive. Yeah. It depends on the contract. Yeah. Yeah, I think everybody loves Sunspot. Please don't attempt to put words in my mouth. I did not intentionally leave that out. Many parts of matchmaking are not tied to the client. Wait a minute. What is the context of this here? What was this originally quoting? I don't know what this means. Yeah, he definitely got... I feel like that was a special deal with Nick Fury and Samuel Jackson. Had to have been. Well, they signed... He did all the commercials for them. He probably got like a full thing. Like, we're going to use your likeness as a card. We're going to have it signed by you. You're going to be in the commercial. And they probably paid him for the whole package. It probably... I feel like... Is there any other cards that actually look like actors necessarily? I feel like most of the cards look more like the comics than they do look like the actors. Like Black Widow does not look like Scarlett Johansson in most of those Black Widow variants, right? Yeah, I know. Nick Fury, remember the David Hasselhoff version of Nick Fury? Namor and Atuma. Captain Marvel's real close? Really? Can I look at this? Can I click on this, Rasslin? Or not? You want me to do it off? Want me to hide the screen, or should I just click on it? I probably should hide the screen. Let me go over here. Oh, okay. All right. Let's pull up this conversation. Thank you. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What is this? So, I'm guessing the patch is coming, what, next Tuesday? All right, I can click on it. I just don't like clicking on DMs if there's something personal in there. Awesome news. Things we're really excited to see. We've been cooking up over there. Estimated patch notes, practice of the balance change will be next client. I like the update on this one. Thanks. What kind of changes we made to token system? Wait, just know that Steven mentioned improvements to matchmaking. Is this the late game? All right. Many parts of matchmaking are not tied to the client. Oh, okay. Well, yeah. All right. Well, yeah. Matchmaking's done on their servers, right? How, yeah, of course. I see what he's saying is that, all right, that's very nuanced. It doesn't really matter. I get it. Yeah, I got it. I got it now. I get what he's trying to say now. He's saying is that matchmaking is done on the servers, so they don't need a patch to do that. It's not client-based. It's server-based. So what he's trying to say is that we don't need a patch for matchmaking fixes. So, like, this whole conversation doesn't really make sense. Yes, I feel like, yeah, well, didn't the first 2 days of the season was kind of whacked out with the bots, and then they fixed it client side? I got it. Oh my god. Yeah, I hit infinite right away, man. I'm actually kind of excited to see what they do, only because I'm bored, and I know that's selfish. If you love a certain deck and that deck gets nerfed, it's going to piss you off. I know I got pissed off when the first time they nerfed stuff in this game. I remember it being kind of annoying. But now I'm okay with it. All right, let's move on from that. I don't think that was all right. So what he's saying is matchmaking is done on their server, so it doesn't require a patch. Combination of variety of folks. The second dinner in general is a conversation with the design, product, and architecture teams. They also have to consult Marvel. You guys, there are going to be animation. All right. Amount of cards released per season. Why does a certain season have more or less card release? For example, Zonzo had 5. All right, had a number of weeks. Yeah, it's 1 card a week, right? 1 card a week, and then there is a season pass card. Always could. Okay, I've read these. Should I feel like this comes up a lot in chat about the 100 tokens. Do you think that merits like mentioning in a video again about how that works? I feel like the 100 token thing is misunderstood a lot. No, not at all. All right. It feels like this comes up a lot, though. Like I've seen this a couple times, even in chat. Wait for a token, Shabajim? Yeah, I can mention in the next video. Yeah, you still get the 100 tokens when your pool 3 complete. It's just that when it's a different box, basically. I don't even think this is a very good answer, actually. It's basically a different box. Yeah, right now you guys know this too, that right now you can hoard. They're going to change it so you can't hoard. Get fucked, hoarders. Get fucked, hoarders. Yeah. Okay, so you guys didn't know that. They're actively going to make the hoarding thing not work. So like right now, I've got, let's see how many. I got 62 collector reserves saved up. And part of the reason for that is that there's going to be a series drop. And then they're also going to not only have a series drop, but they're also going to add those special variants. Let's find those special variants. And I think this is going to happen on the 21st. Right here. All right, let's see here. All right, let's see. Let's go to Reddit and then we'll bang out a video. Oh, just somebody said that they had a giveaway. Oh yeah, I'm a hoarder. Yeah, I hoard. Dude, I'm conditioned to hoard from other games. Not only am I hoarding collector's reserves, I'm also sitting on 11,600 tokens. And the only reason I bought Master Mold is that I felt like that number was excessive. Right? It's excessive. Excessive. I'm not buying M'Baku. He's dropping. He's dropping. I'm not buying him. He's the only one on the drop that I don't have. The morph variant? Yeah, I know, right? That's actually a good call there, Joseph. Thanos players, after they changed locations to their favor, taking all your cards' abilities, played 12 cards, and had more energy on their turns, got to move cards for free, setting your cards back with energy. All right. So I know, first of all, I want to say that everybody reacts to emotes a little different than other people. The only emote that I do is usually a single fist bump. Like, I feel like that is super polite. Good game, fist bump. You know, a single fist bump. I mean, it's the all. A lot of the other emotes could be considered toxic after that, or excessive. Yeah. Yeah, M'Baku has his place. There's a Thanos deck that he works in. There's a C2 deck that he works in. M'Baku gets used. I'm not gonna spend collector tokens on him, but he's actually okay. Just mute emotes? I don't. Pixel variants considered common rare to you. We have rare, super rare, and then there's one other rare. There's the ones that cost collector tokens, right? Pixel variants should only be considered common rarity removed from the paid bundles. We have rare and super rare. Why not just band-aid off and common rarity and put pixel variant into it? Caches, they only pull rare and not super rare. There's also the ones that cost collector tokens. They're called something else. What are they called? Yeah, what are they called? They're called they have a word for it. I can't remember what it was. Yeah, ultra rare, ultimate. They call ultimate. Ultimate. Kyle's got it. It's called ultimate. What's up, Rolf? Ultimate. Yeah. So there's a third one. I know this doesn't this kind of bother you that rare is common, and it should be like common, rare, super rare. I don't know, man. Your opponent plays arrow. Your opponent plays arrow. I think am I often saying that right now he's my least favorite of the big bad? Does anybody feel like he's better than like a higher priority purchase over Thanos or Galactus? Like I feel like he's like the last one you should get if you're going to purchase the big bads first. I don't know. Maybe I'm missing the point on him. I played him a lot. You finished your stream, all right? I mean, he does exactly what he says he's going to do. It's just I don't know if it really matters that much. If Thanos is a better purchase. Okay, so the snap reset though, like how many times did you do the snap reset has worked for me like so little. Oh, somewhere out there, monitor on a phone was shattered. Worst player?
Honestly, every time. Why are you the way that you are? Honestly, every time I try to do something fun or exciting, you make it not that way. I hate so much about the things that you choose to be. Why are you the way that you are? Honestly, every time I try to do something fun.
Oh, what is this? That's a nice one. All right, new survey. I wish they could fix the Steam client so that I could actually see the survey. Let me download this. Everybody asked me about the survey. Let me open the survey real quick on my phone and look at it because everybody's asked me about it and I haven't looked at it yet. It's 100 credits for their newsletter. You got a Cool Baby Morbius? I've got that one. 100 credits for giving them their. It's right here. It's only 100. It was on their Twitter. Let's see here. How's it going, Jason? It's not 100 credits if you give them your email. I can't do this on stream. How do I do this on stream? That's a lot of work. All right, so there's a survey. What if Kane gave you the option to not rewind the turn? I feel like oh, what the hell is this? I'm sorry, I'm gonna post this in your message thing just because I don't want to go to the other screen. Kill two birds with one stone. Sorry for clogging your inbox, Steve. Uh-oh. Dude. What the hell is this shit? Oh, no. It's a pixel art boomer. Oh, my God. That's the best thing I've seen in my life. Oh my God, that's like the best thing I've ever. It doesn't have an ability. The shorts are salmon, not peak. Unreveal, add Kindle to opponent's hand. Unreveal. That's the best thing I've seen in a long time. The special offer experience. Oh yeah, then when they got Pixel Drax. Yeah, well, I don't know. Some people got some good stuff. I got the worst one though. The reason why I got the worst one is because you don't get to use it. All right. Nice. Memeception? Oh, dude. What? Unreveal, please leech against Arnold, regardless Arnold's currently playing. All right. All right, let's organize this. All right, we don't need that. We don't need that. Yes, that would be an acceptable, I believe, an acceptable acceptable compromise. I actually pulled the worst variant I could pull, which is a morph variant. All right, let's bang out this video. I play Morph into Cosmo. I can see it every game. There you go, Richie. I didn't even think about that. Good point. There's a weird bug where if you pin a card and then you hit the back button on Androids, it unpins it. It also happens on Snap. Are you playing on Android? Because my understanding it's a weird thing on Android. If you pin and then hit the back button, it unpins it. Yeah, it also unpins on PC when you hit escape. Yep. It's kind of stupid. All right, we got our daily news video. We're going to talk about the upcoming patch that is coming next week. And we're going to look at some comments from the developers on some of the insights on what they're going to be looking at when they make balance adjustments to the Shuri deck and the Thanos deck on maybe how they're going to adjust Thanos. I'm not really sure. But first things first, I want to draw your attention to the best deal that we have for the entire month. It is for 700 gold. You get 600 collector tokens, 65 boosters, and a mystery variant, and has 200 credits. And in my opinion, this is the best bang for the buck for the entire month outside of the Battle Pass. I still think the Battle Pass is the top dog, but other than the Battle Pass and the other offers that we have for this month, this is going to be the best one. I do not like this one here at all from a progression standpoint. Now, if your thing is variants, then this is a good deal, but this is mostly cosmetics. There's no collector tokens. There's no real advancement to your collection other than the 1500 credits. Now, you do get a mystery variant with this, and a lot of people, were kind of upset with it. Like this person here drew a pixel art Drax. I actually pulled the worst variant in the game, and that is Morph. Unless you play Morph into a Cosmo lane, you never get to see the variant. And it would be nice if you had a variant Morph that maybe it would convert to like a rarer variant of the card that you got out of your opponent's hand. So in reality, this is the worst right now, worst variant in the game, because it doesn't show up when he's played because he converts to the other card. Now, also, we're going to talk about this. The Thanos and Shuri decks have both been more dominant than we'd like for the past few weeks. The patch we're releasing later this month has significant changes targeting both decks. They've also mentioned that there's going to be some sort of changes to matchmaking and the rank system and all of that. I believe that this patch is going to be coming on the 21st, and that is because of the variant rush and all of the steampunk variants. So My best guess is that patch will be happening next Tuesday on the 21st. And that is also where we're going to be getting our series drop. So I wanted to talk about the series drop and saving collector reserves for that. Right now I have 61 collector reserves saved. You may or may not want to save any collector reserves, specifically if you're not pool 3 complete. I don't really think there's much of an upside. But if you're pool 3 complete like I am, I'm going to be saving those reserves. That way I can get the ones that drop from 4 to 3 quickly. I already have Orca and Attuma, but I do not have M'Baku. So I should be able to open up, let's see, like four-ish, on average 4 collector reserves, and then I'll get my M'Baku, and then I'll be back to being pool 3 complete. Now, there's something interesting, and we're going to talk about Sauron, whether or not he's worth it or not, is the way that the system works right now is collector reserves open based on the context at the time of opening, but they are actually, according to Ben Brode I guess this was back in January, we are working to make the opposites true. So I believe they want to do a system where it does not encourage hoarding. I'm hoarding, I will open all 62 when the series drop. Not a lot of notable cards here. Attuma does see play in a Shuri deck. M'Baku does see play inside of a Cerebro 2 deck. Orca, in my opinion, is probably just not great. Probably needs a boost. I haven't seen a lot of people use Orca with any success. And then as far as the cards that are going from Series 5 to Series 4, the following cards: Zabu, which was Battle Pass cards, Sauron, Shadow King, Shanna, and Dazzler. Now, don't see a lot of play on Shadow King, Shanna, or Dazzler. I think there's some situations where they're good. I just don't see them a lot. And then the question that comes up a lot is Sauron worth the 6,000 tokens? No. Is he worth the 3,000 tokens? Not really. Zabu, maybe. Now, I just want to talk about, in general, is any card worth 6,000 tokens when they come out? Well, the 3 cards that don't drop, which would be Thanos, Galactus, and Kang, are going to give you the best value because they don't drop, right? Any card that is 6,000 tokens will be 3,000 tokens in about 2 months. And then maybe 3 months after that, it'll be in Series 3, which is potentially free and not cost any tokens. So unless you're like, pool 3 complete and you already have all the big bads, it's hard to justify the 6,000 collector tokens for any card. So the question comes up a lot is Sauron going to be worth the 3,000 tokens when he drops? Well, firstly, we do know that there's going to be some sort of adjustment to the Shuri deck. And I don't know if that's going to be an adjustment to Shuri or if that is going to be like a reduction to Red Skull. Maybe they make Red Skull a 6 cost, or maybe they make Red Skull 14 power. We can just speculate. We're going to have to wait to see. But it looks like there's going to be an adjustment that changes the way the deck works, and Sauron may or may not be more or less attractive. Now, my experience with Sauron is that the Shuri build without him is probably just effective. Right here is a typical Sauron build, which has very good numbers and good results, and I did climb. Now, where this deck falls short is with Shang-Chi. And in a vacuum without Shang-Chi, this is probably one of the most powerful builds out there. And it just ramps out and puts out tons of power, specifically on turn 5 with usually a 30 power Red Skull. And then it's copied on turn 6 with Taskmaster or Arnim Zola. So it's a very powerful deck. But Shang-Chi ruins this. And I actually think this is a better and just as effective build right here. The problem with Sauron is Sauron does not positively interact with 2 very important cards, Armor and Cosmo. And so this build is, in my opinion, just effective. It provides counterplay and, with Armor and Cosmo. Plus, Cosmo is very useful to play inside of a Lockjaw lane if you're playing against Thanos. Weakest card on this build is Polaris. I've seen a bunch of different versions of the same build where instead of Polaris, they run Captain Marvel, or instead of Polaris, they run Typhoid Mary. But this is a standard Shuri Zero build. So to answer the question is, I really don't think that Sauron is worth the 3,000 tokens when you could just build the non-Sauron build and have armor and Cosmo, and it's just effective. I feel like a lot of people have Zabu, but I don't know if I would spend 3,000 on Zabu unless you already have like Darkhawk or something and you want to play a Darkhawk deck. But Zabu is still a useful card that sees a lot of play now that he has been nerfed since the patch. Other thing too, I just wanted to talk about King. I was a little bit worried about King's effectiveness. I was not sure if the cube saving mechanic on King was worth just not having a card in your deck, and the numbers seem to have stabilized a little bit. And I also wanted to draw your attention here to Master Mold stats. It seems to me that when a new card comes out, the stats are not necessarily good until we know how to play them and have an optimized build. And it looks like the stats for King have drastically improved. Personally, I like Thanos, then Galactus, then King, but to each their own. And then also there potentially is going to be a Thanos nerf, which we're going to talk about because the developers actually kind of gave some hypothetical situations on how they look at nerfs. And he also talked about one of his frustrations with Thanos in a hypothetical. So I wanted to read some of these dev comments because a lot of people are reluctant to purchase anything related to the Shuri deck or the Thanos deck because we don't know what's going to happen. And I think that's a legitimate concern. And this person asked a question saying that, they're a big fan of Ben Brode, purchased my very first Series 5 Thanos card, having lots of fun. I saw that there's upcoming nerfs planned for the Thanos deck and the Shuri deck, which may not be Thanos or Shuri. We actually just do not know, but they actually talk about it a little bit later. Somewhat regretting my months of saving tokens to purchase Thanos. I remember Hearthstone would give out dust to cards that were nerfed. Does the team plan on any type of nerf compensation for players who use tokens to buy exclusive 4/5 before major nerfs? And the answer outright is no. They do not give refunds, and they have a hard policy on this. But I will add that the goal of the balanced team is to find healthy places for cards to land and thrive, whether it's a big bag or not. We want you to be happy with your cards. If we make a change that too dramatically impacts the win cube play rates of a card, we'll consider a buff once that proves out. And I feel that, I've been playing the game since the game came out in soft launch, which I think was May of last year. So I think I've been playing the game for 10 months. And I want to say that largely this is true. When they do a balance adjustment to a card, the card is generally still playable, but not to the extent that it was oppressive before. They usually take oppressive cards and they balance them down and they become just playable cards. And so I normally am like, Second Dinner does a great job and this and that. They did not do that to Leader. They really changed the way Leader. Now he's like a weird version of Claw. I think the game is better without Leader. And we're going to talk a little bit about Leech. And I'm not sure if they need to change Leech. I wonder if the problems that we're having with Leech is more of a Lockjaw or a Quinjet or a Thanos Stone problem than it is a Leech problem. Because Leech has been in the game for a long time, Series 2. And Leech has not felt the way that he does now. Mostly, he feels like an unfun card. Absolutely. I don't like the experience when I'm turn 3 or turn 4 Leech, because they placed a free stone or a 1-cost stone into a Lockjaw lane. It just feels random and a little bit unfun. But so the main purpose is what he's stating here is that the cards are still playable. And I have to say that has been largely been true. With the exception of Leader. Maybe they need to give Leader a boost because the current version of Leader is not great. So the question came up is like, when I'm going to summarize the question. The question is like, when you guys are playing the game, do you account for your personal experience and your personal feelings towards a card? It says, I recognize probably needs to be some diplomacy when you're potentially complaining about your own game. I'm curious, Who hates the current meta? What cards infuriate you? How do you keep your own frustrations out of the balance discussion, or do you include them in the discussion? And do you ever see an interaction that you didn't account for and think, oh no, how do we change this without upsetting half the player base? My group of friends complain about cards that are dominating them all the time. Do you guys have the same kinds of conversations off? Do you validate your annoyances with the data before bringing up into a balance meeting? And the first response says, as a player, I feel this way. As a developer, I feel this way. And then they talk about cards in this way. And this person's not involved in the balance process, but Glenn is. And I wanted to read what Glenn said because it was kind of interesting, because he specifically calls out Thanos. He says, we do just as Daniela described in a balanced conversations too, and we have players with a range of climbing interests. Part of being an effective designer and communicate in games is being able to isolate elements, experiences, examine them from multiple perspectives. Complaints of I hate this thing aren't the kind of feedback one typically gives or receives, because we learn how to give more useful context. As a balance designer, and this is kind of interesting, I might tell the team, over the weekend, I found playing against Thanos frustrating because of the way Space Stone and Reality Stone made location variants feel one-sided. I think I played less games than usual, and the hot location felt less meaningful to build around. Okay, reasonable enough. Then they also talk about data. Hey, I actually really like this post right here. Are cards ever nerfed, buffed due to primarily player request? Cards ever change because of popular demand, even if the card is balanced according to data you see? I know you read tons of player feedback on cards, but the feedback ever become a primary reason for change? And actually, the answer is largely no. I actually thought that this was, he says the answer to this question is no. It's not very realistic, Sarah, that a card in all of the decks would be balanced, but the player base would have major frustration with. But in such a hypothetical scenario, we would certainly be monitoring the card. But generally, the answer is no. The primary role of player feedback in balancing is adding context to data. They care about data. I've known this about developers for a long time. They care about data first, and then they look to the community to find context for what the data means. Data tells us what's going wrong. Players tell us how they feel about it, and we examine both to find solutions we will believe will be satisfying. So I think that is excellent, and I do think that's very good. And then I do want to note that there is a bonus 100 credits if you sign up over email for the Snap newsletter. And then there also is a survey, and it's not on the Steam client, but there is a survey. I would highly suggest going and doing that. They don't give you anything for filling it out, but you can only do that on your phone. And then lastly, this is just something that I'm curious about, and I don't think like anybody has any problems with Sunspot. I feel like Sunspot is one of the most beloved cards in Snap. It's probably one of my favorite cards to play. How's the state of 1 and 2 cost cards? I ask this because for 1-drops, all I see is Sunspot in almost every game. I believe Sunspot is played in 46% of all games. Crazy, right? And then 0 because of Shuri Deck, Iceman, Korg on occasion. For 2-drops, all I see is Armor, Scorpion, and Lizard. You're satisfied with the state of these type cards? Shouldn't the other 1 and 2 drops be buffed for them to see more play? I mean, why can't Luke Cage and Black Widow be 2-2 instead of 2-1? I'm asking because there's a patch coming, and sure, Thanos and Shuri decks need toning down, but a lot of cards need some help, in my opinion. I'd love to see a game where these cards are useful instead of I'm just going to slot in Sunspot and Lizard. And then the response to this is the variation's better than you describe. There's plenty of room to improve. We have some solutions we like and hear more about them soon. And just talking about 1-drops, I just would like there to be maybe some buffs to some of the other 1-drops so that we have more of a reason to play a 1-drop. It feels like when I'm deck building, it's just like, just put Sunspot in the deck, right? And, and then Hawkeye doesn't see any play, right? I mean, when's the last time you played Hawkeye? And I actually kind of want to play Hawkeye because, you know, I got a cool booster or cool variant, right? But yet there's like no reason really to play him, maybe others outside of a Cerebro 3 deck. And someone else made the point though, is like, you know, there's like all these discard decks, and a lot of the discard decks are playing Sunspot instead of Blade because Sunspot's just a better card. So I don't know what the answer to that question is, or if I even have it, because I really love Sunspot. It's just that it's, you know, Sunspot at 46% of the games can't be a number that they think is good. And you know, Sunspot just is great. I guess Sunspot, I mean, there's course situations where you don't want to use Sunspot. Typically decks that play on curve don't want Sunspot. But if you're playing like She-Hulk, you know, and trying to do something fancy on turn 6 and skip turn 5, Sunspot is actually amazing. All right, we're gonna wrap up the video here. We got this King variant where it says your opponent plays arrow, and then I just wanted to play this clip about Leech. I got a giggle out of this here.
Why are you the way that you are? Honestly, every time I try to do something fun or exciting, you make it not that way. I hate so much about the things that you choose to be.
Well, now it's time for the giveaway. I really hope you liked this video today, because if you did, you are in luck. For every single person that likes this video today, you will be getting for free in your account a Mobile Boomer variant, Pixel variant, right there, right? I guess on reveal, it puts a Ken doll in your hand. This is not a scam. Thank you for making this. It's got the salmon shorts, everything like that. I just think that's super funny. All right, let me know what you think in the comment section. And as always, thanks for watching. Keep it gaming. Bye for now. All right, what are we gonna do now? What time is it? 12:24. Oh, let's play some mold. So I want to play the Devil Mold version. Just because I want to play Baron Mordo and Agent Coulson. Let's play the Devil Mold, because I want to play Baron Mordo. Roberto, what's your how far? I feel like it's a tough one. You're not getting a lot. Okay, so here's the problem with that question, or with the situation. Not the question's fine. The problem is that when you're not pool 3 complete, you're only getting about 1,000 collector tokens a month, and so it's going to take a long time to get Galactus. And Galactus requires a very specific build. You know, you got to have the cards to make Galactus work. Galactus is one of the hardest decks. One of the hardest decks to, you know, because like there's so many cards in that deck to make it work. Right? I mean, how many pool 3 cards and 4 cards do you need to make a Galactus deck work? Actually, I don't know if it's worth pinning. Then you may not even like the way Galactus plays, right? Galactus kind of has a very, what do I want to do? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this will give me an extra Devil Dino. Will double Devil Dinos win? I already have, I need to put out as much points as possible, because I already got like Devil Dino. Oh, you jerk off. Come on, man. Oh, I never noticed that. Look at that. Is that a new animation, or I just never played him before? Look at that. That's cool. That's cool. Oh, collection level 810? No! Don't even worry about any... Yeah, no. Just play the game until you're at least at level 1000. Don't even bother thinking about... Don't even think about... Yeah, don't even think about the collector tokens until at least 1000. You need to get a base of full 3 cards. Oh my god, I love it. He must be a good Leech player. Yeah, dude, like there's some other like I think like if you don't have Arrow, and maybe pick up Arrow. Hey, so Leech helps me here, right? Yeah, that might win. I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna get Shang-Chi'd into the middle or something, and then we lose. Maybe not. No, I think we're gonna get arrowed or Shang-Chi'd here, and that's all that's gonna happen. We're just gonna lose to Shang-Chi. Yeah, dude, if you're at like, thanks for, see, this is play enough. Just a simple fist bump. Yeah, I feel like if you're at like 800, 1000, whatever collection level, man, I think Arrow is probably going to give you the most bang for your buck out of any card right now. And then here's the thing too. Anything that you buy with collector tokens, you just kind of have to like, well, can I use it today? I can use it today, so that's fine. I mean, they always modify cards. I know, Leech. I mean, I'm playing to have fun. I think I should. All I need to do is put a card in that right lane. I would have won. Right? I want to do Master Mold first, and then I'm going to do Scorpion. How dare they have fun? Should I guess it doesn't matter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Yikes. Is it worth it for the card? I think it kind of is, right? Boy, this dirty dog. Dirty dog. Let's get the card. Oof. That's actually pretty good, right? And then we can Moon Girl to make my hand large, and then we can move a card over and play Doom, right? Yeah, Mold's pretty cool. All right, so we want to move a card over just to make space. Actually, I don't think I can win that unless I put something monstrous there. I don't think Doom's going to help me. in the middle. Back off! I don't want to play Doom middle. There's Cosmo. Yeah, the only location to play Doom was left, because Cosmo could have been in the middle or the right, right? Yeah. No, you're fine. You're fine. Well, Moon Girl won that. Moon Girl won that straight up, right? Also, they could have moved a card over, right? They could have moved a card over and it would have been fine. Oh, Joseph. I did not see that. That would have been better, yeah. Try the King loot with Morph instead to see the new variant. There you go. Yeah, I should have used Moon Girl to double my Doom. How far deep was the Doom in my thing, though? I didn't even think about that. Moon Girl would have been better. All right, good call. They don't have a... We don't know what it's going to be. I'm a little bit... Thanks. I'm a little bit worried about... Get exploded, right? Are they not drawing cards? Oh, they're not drawing cards. Holy moly. Dude, they're not drawing cards. Should I snap them? They're not drawing cards. Rock slide. Devil Dino, right? I like Devil Dino better than Ronin. Although Ronin, okay, so here's the thing I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do Ronin, then I could do Mystique and Maximus. I like that. Right? I mean, Sarah is a little bit scary, right? All right. It doesn't matter. I don't know. I just feel like doing it. Oh, wait. There's turn 7? Oh, wait. I don't want to do this. That would have been a mistake. This deck probably would be better with arrow in it, yes. Most decks are. Yikes. Alright, well, we don't have to worry about that anymore, though. Yeah, see, now they can arrow me and win, right? Yeah, they could arrow me and win, right? I lose to arrow? Yeah, this deck would be better with arrow. Yikes. Yeah, I don't know. Ooh, we get to upgrade that. Yes, typically Sarah decks, like when I'm climbing the ladder, I don't play. I let them win. I mean, I retreat a lot of times on Sarah decks. I like that the devs thought of that when they designed King. Yes, the RNG is the same, which is actually pretty cool, right? Ongoing effects are doubled. All right, let's do that. Quinjet there. We're gonna get some spicy Sentinel action going on here. Or do we want to brick their hand? If they don't play a card, this bricks their hand, right? If they don't play a card, this is a brick. They get a they're not drawing. Right. Armor would be amazing also, yes. We're playing Mordo instead of Armor, when the correct choice is probably to play Mordo or Armor. I don't think that Mordo is better than Armor in this deck. It's for fun. Should I just play Maximus here? Yeah. Basically, they did nothing. Yeah, I did do better yesterday, correct? Yeah, this particular deck did better yesterday. I feel like I should have spammed Sentinels with Quinjet, and I missed that opportunity. Right? So he either has Shang-Chi or he doesn't, right? Three... 1, 2, 4, 6, 7. So that's a loss. That doesn't do anything. I don't really like any of this. I don't like any of this. Now, maybe I should have put Coulson middle instead of Iceman. What do they get? Cool. Is Thanos a fun deck to play? Sure. Is it fun to play against? I don't know. I mean, fun is a kind of a subjective thing, but I feel like Thanos compared to Galactus is way more fun to play than Galactus. And some people find Galactus fun. All right. We're going to try to brick his hand. That is our goal today. Not yet. We haven't done it yet. Oh, they're playing Mordo. Oh, they played a Mordo for me. They played one of my Mordos. Is this good right here? I feel like this is good, right? So they're not drawing a card. So they either have the card that they want or not, right? Is that Sandman? No, he's playing Electro. He's playing Ramp, which doesn't really work with this location. All right. It's hard to know how effective this stuff is, right? Like, we're guessing that this screwed him and this screwed him and this screwed him. I think it did. It had to have, right? Galactus Gang, hey man, I played a lot of Galactus. I actually had some fun playing Galactus this season. I don't feel that Galactus is as broken as people think he is. Like, it doesn't always work. It's kind of tricky to set up. I don't want to give him Maximus right now. All right, we're gonna Moon Girl here. Yeah, I feel it's disruptive, but it's hard to know how disruptive it is, right? It's just like playing like a Darkhawk deck. It's like, how much are the rocks messing with them? All right, so now I can play now I can play Ronin. And I have double I have Ronin, I have double Maximus. Uh-oh. Ooh, he can only draw one more card, though. What happened? Oh, he drew 2 cards from Asgard. I don't know. I feel like this could be good. See how many cards he drops. Shuri, I think, is going to be a good card long term, right? It feels like it. Wow, I could have played one of those Maximuses in the middle and won. Yeah, I feel like the Shuri Red, something's going to happen to the Shuri Red Skull deck, but I don't know that it's going to negatively impact Shuri herself. There may be like a bunch of viable Shuri decks that are not Red Skull decks. I feel like the change, if I were to guess, I feel like they're going to do something to Red Skull. Like make him 14 power. What do you guys think? It's hard to guess, right? Shang-Chi's gone. All right, Masper Mold. Luminara from Star Wars. I have Shuri pinned as well, 200 token shy, and I unlocked Red Skull yesterday. I'm terrified I'll never hit before I get to have fun. It's possible. It's absolutely possible. Let's go, Drax. I don't think they're going to make the deck unplayable, though. I mean, they could. I mean, they can do whatever they want, but I don't think that's the goal. I think they're just trying to tone it back a bit. I actually think a 14 power Red Skull would be you know, I think that would actually make a difference. What do you, I mean, yeah, they have to have all rocks, man. That'll be 7 power. Do you have like all the big bads like Kane, Galactus, Thanos? I don't know if Master Mold's worth buying unless you have all the big bads. At least Thanos. Yeah, I actually suspect that they don't want to change Shuri. All right, random cards. Let's snap here. The Hazmat deck, I played it before. It seemed fun, and Wong, in general, Wong decks are prone to disruption. Wow. I'm not a big Hazmat fan. I've played it and I thought it was okay. It just didn't seem like. All right. Yeah, I wouldn't. I don't think right now Hazmat or Luke Cage or any of that is like competitive. I think it's more on the fun. I mean, there's some really fun Wong, Hazmat, Gambit, Absorbing Man, Odin. Yeah, there's, you know, Zabu's probably in that deck build too. I mean, I don't know what they should do. Oh, that's fun. I don't know what they should do with Quinjet, but it's interesting that both Zabu and Sarah say things like minimum 1 and Quinjet does not. Yeah, I think next Tuesday. I mean, if you're collector tokens are very valuable, and I think the smart thing to do would be to wait until Tuesday. I don't like this. I feel like this is a mess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I mean, you can wait till Tuesday until they make the announcement, right? Given how valuable collector tokens are. Spider-Man says, "Nuh-uh." Oh, am I fucked? Yeah, probably. Zola? I suspect the changes are going to be directed at Red Skull. I heard you like Sentinels, yeah. All right, I'm gonna go edit the video and then I'm gonna hop on. Oh, I want to play one more. I kind of want to get this guy to the next level. The main reason why I'm playing this deck is I know this doesn't matter to anybody but me, but I like getting all my cards the same. So it's like Coulson, Mordo. I mean, people asked me earlier if armor would be good in this deck. It's like, yeah, better than Mordo probably. But I also want to upgrade Mordo. Like if when am I gonna play Mordo? Right now, right? Now's the time to play Mordo. Yeah, and Tuesday is not set in stone. That is my guess. And I think that's accurate. Mortar similar to Iceman, yes. And it gives basically 2 power to Ronin. All right, I'm going to go edit the video and upload it, and then we'll be back tomorrow. I'm not going to stream on... What day of the week is it? Today's Thursday. I'm not going to stream Saturday morning. I'm actually going to go do something fun Saturday afternoon. Well, actually, I have a doctor's appointment also. A doctor's appointment on a Saturday, of all things. I don't know how I worked that out. It's not a doctor's appointment, but blood work. This is fun. No, I'm going to tell you what, I'll tell you what it is after I go and do it. Actually, I don't care if people, I'm going to go to the pinball arcade. I don't think it matters if people show up or not. If you live in Vegas. Yeah, that is fun. Yeah. I actually don't care if people show up. Actually, I wonder if I should make it like a little thing. Yeah, if you live in Vegas and you want to go, just let me know. I'll tell you where it's at and whatever. We're doing a stream and viewer select type of deck? Maybe. I'm open to it. Now that I'm at 100, things like that don't bother me as much as they do when I'm trying to climb. All right. All right, we're gonna wrap up the stream. Thanks for being here. See you guys tomorrow. Bye.